All right, y'all, so we're going to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra, the phones that will be announced here in just a couple of weeks and have been leaked to heck and back. And by the way, let me just be clear, phones have been leaked for a very long time and Samsung is no stranger to this. However, the way the leaks have happened this year are unlike any other leaks that have happened to previous Samsung phones, at least on this level, at least not to my mind. There's a couple of things that happened this time that just don't add up. And listen, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I figured it's a YouTube video. We're just going to have fun, think about the possibilities, makes it a little bit more interesting. Still got a couple more weeks before they actually announce it, so let's have some fun with the video. Let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra right after this.
This is, you listening to Travis.
What up, players? Welcome back. And for all you new people, welcome. My name's Travis and I do tech videos every single week and have a blast doing them. If that sounds like fun to you, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Anything I talk about will be in the description below. But for now, let's just get into the video. For those of you that are long-time viewers of the channel, you know that I have been a Samsung Galaxy Note owner since the Note 2. I know a lot of you out there never really owned the Note 2. That's how long hardcore of a Note fan I've been. But over the last couple of years, they've gotten kind of boring. And to be honest, I'm not even really looking forward to the Note 20 or Note 20 Ultra this year. There's another phone that I'm looking forward to, and I will talk about that in another video. But in the meantime, we're here to talk about the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra and some of the things that have leaked out. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is how the Note series of phones used to be demonstrably better than the S series of phones. That is to say, they would have a bigger battery, a bigger screen, and usually a better processor. A couple years back, they stopped that practice, and while sometimes there have been improvements like an extra camera here or there, generally speaking, they've been more in line with the previous version of the S series of phone, minus a slight size difference, the S Pen obviously, and sometimes a slight battery difference, but the processors have been the same. If rumors are to be to believe, they've gone back to the old theory of giving the Note the best-in-class processor, the Snapdragon 865 Plus. That's the current rumor. Now, we'll find out in a couple of weeks if that's true. Might be true. They've never really used the Plus processor on any of these flagships before. There was an 855 Plus last year, but they didn't have a phone out in time to get one of those. So we'll see if they do it this year. That would be an interesting change. And slightly significant because in my mind, the Note series should just about be retired. I'll probably talk about that in a future video. I love the Note series, but I think its time is coming to an end. There's a couple of problems with launching the Galaxy Note right now, but let's talk about these leaks that have happened lately. Some of them are a little bit weird. We have seen CAD drawings before and renders and case models, little plastic case things that case manufacturers use so they can make their cases. We've seen that before. But very recently, an actual Galaxy Note 20 Ultra was leaked, like to a YouTuber. Now, let me just be clear. To a YouTuber. This doesn't even make any kind of sense. This is the worst kind of leak you can have. It's not just a leak to some random person that has happened in the past. Like you might remember the old iPhone thing that happened many years ago. A developer for one of the iPhones left their phone at a restaurant. I mean, that went kind of crazy. But that wasn't like an influencer. This one ended up in the hands of Jimmy is Promo. Now, Jimmy is Promo is an OG here on YouTube and has been doing phone videos for a very long time. So, I mean, that's kind of cool for us who watch YouTube videos about phones, went to the right person. But there's some strange things about that video. Now, first of all, I like Jimmy. He's a good guy. I'm not actually disparaging him in any way, but let's take a look at what the video was. It's very interesting. Jimmy shared a bunch of pictures before he dropped the video on his Twitter account to get people hyped up for it. Exactly what I would do. I would totally do the same thing. Then he released a video, which was kind of not like any of his other videos on his channel, and then hasn't made another video since. This is the part that confuses me. And there might be a good reason for this, but I'm gonna need someone to tell me. So leave me a comment below and tell me why he shot a video in a different form than he ever has before. Let me explain. Unlike most of his other videos, he doesn't talk in this video at all. And while he doesn't typically show his face anymore in videos, he has in the past. And let me tell you something. If I got the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra weeks before anyone else, like even people like MKBHD, it would go something like this. What up, players? I got the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra right in my hand. I got it, babe. We got here. We out here, everybody. You need to hit up my Twitter, my Instagram, follow me everywhere because I got the jam. No one else got it, and I'm gonna tell you all about it right after this.
This is.
So you know I'd be out here doing it big, but that's not really Jimmy's style. But what's crazy about him, what's really interesting about it, if you watch Jimmy is Promo's other videos, he's very detail oriented. goes over everything in pretty much every video, so you don't leave wondering anything. This video was very short and left a lot of questions. Now, you could say that maybe he was protecting his source by not showing too much of the phone, but he did show parts of the phone that would have probably given away a lot anyway, so I don't know why he didn't dive an extra level deeper. Why didn't he show any of the really cool things you can do with the S Pen, other than put it in an old note? I don't understand that. Seems to me that'd be one of the first things you'd want to do, just because that's one of the main reasons to buy a Galaxy Note. And even if he forgot or just wanted to be extra careful, I think everyone was expecting at least one other video, and there just hasn't been one. So I don't know why Jimmy did that. I mean, he probably had a good reason. My guess is, the reality is, he's probably protecting his source. But if you want to go conspiracy theory, you could say that's just what Samsung wanted him to leak. We've seen kind of leaks like this before. The Pixel 3 had that happen, where there were complete reviews before they ever even announced it overseas, like some Russian websites or something actually had the Pixel 3 and was reviewing it before it was ever even announced by Google. That was really strange. And I guess in a vacuum, you could just say that some employee gave Jimmy, who may be a fan of his channel, access to it. But then right around that same time, Samsung's old website, their own website, leaked pictures. How is that possible? Now, what's interesting here is that it wasn't the main Samsung website. That actually would be too obvious. I mean, that would never happen. Their Russian website did. It always seems like whenever a brand's website leaks things prematurely, it's always one of their other countries' websites. So you're telling me that these graphics that should not be shown for weeks were put on a prod website, prod meaning production website, public facing, not just email to other people so they can look at them, not just on an intraweb where people can see them, but on their actual website. And then someone published them and didn't notice the mistake before the rest of the internet did. How much of this are you believing? Between that and the leaked his promo video that isn't exactly like any of his other videos, it's starting to seem a little weird. Now let's go a little bit more conspiracy theory. And I'll admit, this is just conspiracy theory. We're doing this for fun, ladies and gentlemen. It's not like I really believe that this is really happening. I don't think. But let's be honest, this has been really interesting. People are excited talking about the Galaxy Note. That leaked image got everyone swooning over the Galaxy Note. And that's a thing that hasn't really been happening. This year, the Galaxy S20 did not sell very well, which it probably wouldn't have even if the pandemic wasn't happening, as the Galaxy S10 didn't really sell all that well either. And they priced everything wrong. And the Galaxy Note's gonna be at least, if not more expensive than the high-end Galaxy S20 phones. So of course they weren't gonna sell that much. That goes without saying. But a good leak is really good marketing, and it makes it interesting. And some of the fanboys of Samsung are gonna rise up and be super excited about it. Listen, I don't blame them. It's kind of cool. I like the leaks, but is Samsung doing it? There was a lot of speculation that Google did this with the Pixel 3, that they were actually in charge of their own leaks. And if it's me, and I'm running a multi-billion-dollar corporation about ready to release a phone that probably won't sell that well because of the pricing, I might do the same thing. I might find a YouTuber that's been really nice to me and has done a lot of positive videos about my product and leak it to him, even if the YouTuber didn't know himself. Again, I'm not saying that's what happened, but that's what I would do if I was in charge of Samsung. What would you do? Leave me a comment below. So all in all, this phone might end up being excellent. It certainly has a lot more buzz going into this very strange release, because you got to remember, no one's going to be in a big arena with all the cool, spectacular stuff that Samsung normally does at these unpacked events. It's going to be a virtual event. Now with that, they can get really creative like Apple did and maybe wow us. But going into it, you almost need a little extra boost. And that they actually have that now, whether it was on purpose or not. At the end of the day, we're just here left and wondering. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Did Samsung leak these things on purpose? Is this one big conspiracy theory, or is it just a YouTube video that now you can't get your time back from? I mean, I know that some of you are going to be upset about that, but you know what? Just a YouTube video. You'll be all right. You'll survive. Got some other videos for you if you like. This one right here, you can check that out, or maybe a playlist over here. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Peace and love.